So here we are, a new chapter begins, new heroes will arise, new legends will be written. It is time to turn the page. Some terrific scenes here in Barcelona. My goodness me, it's made even better by 100,000 supporters in full voice. We're up and running then. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Well, Peter, this guy, Donnarumma, really is a generational talent, Peter. I suppose you have to be good if you're a goalkeeper and your name's Gianluigi. He really has.
He'll try from distance! Oh, that is rather wayward.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
He's shifting through the gears here. Is there any support? He might not need it.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Tacho, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Yamal. Now it's Mbappe. That's a cute ball. That is well... Oh, shooting chance! It's there! That was fabulous. The most adept of touches, the smoothest of finishes.
Speed of thought, speed of action. That's another really clever finish.
En el minuto 11, el dorsal 13.
So, a breakthrough already. Caicedo. He's under a lot of pressure there. Distributed tidily. Aimed beyond the defence. Mbappe has the space to scheme. Picked out brilliantly. And that is expertly dealt with. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Now it's Kane. He is through here. Vermeer. First quarter of an hour gone. And he cuts out the supply. And here's the chance to counter. That's an imaginative pass. Heading backwards.
They're really getting no time to think on the ball here.
Fernandez. Nicely weighted ball.
This is actually quite a courageous move, and I'll add ambitious and adventurous too.
Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Threads one in. Goes looking wide. Shapes to shoot! Trossard. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. And here's Yamal. Oh, well played, well played. Ferran Torres. Trossard. Zielinski. That is good strength. Looks to the other side. Ferran Torres. Mbappe.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
It's a pretty loose pass. Not the most accurate pass. And he's worked it through. Yamal! Oh, he gave that an almighty thump.
Well, I think he's surprised himself how he managed not to hit the target then. He seemed to believe it was going in.
And he can clear it away. That's the throw. Half an hour played now. And it's ended up in no man's land. Can he get onto this? And now the breakaway. Oh, that's fabulous. And here's Kane. And that is a little undercooked. Ambitious ball here. This looks promising. Now it's Mbappe. That is great defending, so alert. Jimenez.
Manchester can certainly afford to see this half out now and reset during the break.
And they're back on the ball again. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Ferran Torres. Alexander-Arnold. And it's Camavinga. Spread it left. Now
That's
Trossard.
good play from him.
He has found the way through. Tries to pass it through. Camavinga providing an outlet on that flank.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Real chance! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
Habrá un minuto de descuento.
Alexander-Arnold. And the whistle goes for half-time. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break.
I thought that was a decent 45 minutes of football, plenty of signs that both managers can take a lot of encouragement from. I would say the mood is neither overly negative nor positive. You still have to approach this like it's 0-0.
So it has been pretty frantic here. Everybody eagerly awaiting the start of the second half. So we're off again.
Manchester can do themselves a massive favour by grabbing another one here.
Now it's Kane. Great defending, strong and determined. And here's Yamal. Lopez. Chance, surely! And that's a tidy finish. A two-goal lead and they're firmly in control. Oh, whose goal is that? Big deflection. That's one for the dubious goals panel.
Marcó en el minuto 48 el dorsal 20.
So that's two now without reply.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
He's picked his way through. He's having a shot! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
That's good running. It makes life so much easier when you have people who are willing to go beyond the defence like that.
Ferran Torres. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Well timed, excellent interception. And it's Jimenez. Caicedo. Paredes did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Camavinga calmly anticipates. Time and again they are repelled. Now this could be a chance. Barcelona needed that. They really needed it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Nice looking ball. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Manchester clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Right. And the shot! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. And just like that, he is up and running at once. Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
That is good alertness. Camavinga. Looking for the run. Shoots! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on. And one more try! No, poor contact, nothing on the shot.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Looking to play him in. He's having a hit! Just too high.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Alexander-Arnold. Oh, important interception. Fermin. Messi. Pass somewhat off target. Fernandez. Now, can they get him away? Now, that's well seen too. Caicedo. Foot in. You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Now it's Kane. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Can he get it through? Caicedo. For Ferran Torres. Mbappe. Tacho tries to clear. And he's quick to snatch it back. Yamal. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Barcelona can now introduce the first of their substitutes.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
And they're on him in a flash. Oh, it's come loose. Can he get on the end of this? Oh, that was vital. Fernandez. Matheus Cunha. Over to the right flank. Now it's Ferran Torres. Oh, that's clever. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Mbappe. He's got away. Tacho spots it and intercepts. Now it's Kane. Matheus Cunha. Just 5 minutes remaining now. It's a really well-measured ball. Now it's Ferran Torres. Knocks it into space. Tacho kept aware. And it is reclaimed easily. Strong challenge. That could leave a mark.
Habrá 3 minutos de descuento.
Now it's Kane. And he's running through. Raya claims comfortably. And the number on the board is 3. Now, can they get him away? Jimenez. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Well, that was a tale of two very different teams. One driven, ruthless, prolific. The other quite the opposite in all of those areas. The result, a very accurate reflection of what we saw. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly, and the players carried out his instructions to the letter, it would seem. Everything working very nicely.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all... Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. And that gets things running. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo. I don't think there's any doubt he's one of the best around, Peter.
Mbappe! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
Ball is over the line. Alexander-Arnold. Mbappe. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Yamal. And it's made its way to him. Gets a good foot in there. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
And it's Robertson. In with the challenge. Messi. A dangerous raider down the right-hand side. Decent chance! He doesn't look too happy with that.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target.
It's been a pretty high-octane start, at least from one side's perspective.
Yeah, it's a good start, Peter, and they look hungry for goals, and they'll be aware of having to capitalise in such a good spell.
Neymar. Out for a throw. Oh, lovely bit of skill. Great ball, and the shot! In he goes again! Not a bad try by any means.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would.
So still waiting for the first breakthrough here, but it has been a pretty... He's going for goal! Oh, split-second reaction.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Well, that is commitment to the cause. And we have our very first corner. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Portugal are looking to go forward now. Neymar. Serginho is one whose deliveries we all know about. Lovely pass, but can he get there? There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. And he plays one through. Now it's Yamal. Stood up well to him there. No outsmarting him this time. And here's the chance to counter. And it's Lopez. Oh, well measured. Can he finish? And he couldn't finish.
Mbappe deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
Alexander-Arnold and Serginho. Yamal. And it's Alexander-Arnold. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. He's shifting through the gears here. That's very neat. Camavinga wins the duel this time. Turns back here, probably the best option. Serginho. Tacho kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. That has ended up in no man's land. And they are prompt with their pressing.
Lamine Yamal really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
0-0, but nevertheless a very decent game. Oh, that's superb. Robertson. Neymar. Robertson. Camavinga spots it and intercepts. Now that's well seen too. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Manchester clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
He is through here. Now the cross.
That's good defensive concentration.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Robertson. Yamal. Fermin. And that is the end of the first half. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. So between them, no goals at all so far.
It's not a bad game by any means, Peter, but it definitely needs an injection of some invention, creativity. There's so much you can do with all that industry by just adding a little bit of skill.
Well, it's been a half that hasn't lacked suspense or intrigue. It's only lacked goals. 0-0 at the break.
Everyone, please welcome our players to the field.
So, into the second half. So neither side has yet broken through.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Yamal, the man with the tools to make a difference here. Looking for a runner. This looks promising. Robertson. And Yamal. And it's Serginho. Looking for the run. Flings, it's rising! And it's in! Barely into the second half, and already it is heating up. Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, talk about the perfect start to the second half. They've certainly come out with more purpose, more energy, and it's paid off.
And a chance! And for a moment, time stood still. Still chasing the game, trailing by one. Well, that looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it.
Disappointing, very disappointing. He knew what he was doing, as deliberate and cynical as it comes.
Yamal having a look. And this is a great chance to get themselves back square. Some are shouting for a corner, but the referee says goal kick. Jimenez. Yamal. Robertson providing an outlet on that flank. Robertson is very much the model of the modern-day fullback. He's through here. Alexander-Arnold gets it clear. Oh, what a ball! Oh, that's a fine challenge.
Manchester, really...
Great chance! And that's a sharp finish. A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye.
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
62 minutes is number 23.
It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
So they have it all to do again.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited. For me, now they can go one better, possibly.
Tries a shot! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders. Alexander-Arnold. And Serginho. Looking for options for movement. Shoots! Another big chance that gets away.
Oh, they're just unrelenting, Peter. Wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
It's their second corner of the game. That has been knocked clear. And now they can spring out of defence. Van Dijk. Yamal. And it's Van Dijk. Not the most convincing of passes. Now Neymar. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Paredes. Can he get on the end of this? Yamal shapes to shoot! And that is wildly off target.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
substitution.
Time then for the first substitution of the game. Neymar. Jimenez. And it's Fascioli. Oh, that's a key interception. Alexander-Arnold has created one goal already. Half an hour gone in the second half. Fascioli. Messi. And Neymar. Now it's Yamal. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Chance, surely! And it's in! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch and they're dazed.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
I just think this has been a lesson in character, togetherness and composure. I think most teams would have crumbled by now, but this refusal to give up is brilliant.
It's a promising position. That looks a good cross. Raya claims it. Safe hands.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Tries from distance. And no one is overly concerned about that.
Yeah, he's disappointed with himself, but at least his boss is applauding the effort he made.
Final checks on the touchline. A change about to occur.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Threads one in. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Not much time now for anything fresh to happen, I think. Now it's Mbappe. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
There will be
Pinches
5
it off
minutes
him.
added time.
Fernandez. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Alexander-Arnold. 5 minutes to add. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. No, he wasn't going to be fooled. It's a searching pass. Well timed, excellent interception. Jimenez. Neymar. And we're done. What a terrific response it was to adversity. What a fantastic game from those players. What unity, what joy. That was so...